This time, we're looking at Everywhere, a documentary that's up for Best Documentary Feature at the Oregon Documentary Film Festival. It's happening this winter, and, it's getting a lot of buzz. It follows this group of young filmmakers. They call themselves the Periscope crew, and they're documenting the World Transplant Games.
Oh, wow, the Transplant Games. That must be pretty powerful stuff. Where were these games held?
They were in Perth, Australia, back in 2023.
Okay, so what makes this film so special? I mean, there are a lot of sports documentaries out there.
Well, for starters, every member of the Periscope crew is living with a disability.
Oh, wow. That's a unique perspective.
Exactly. And their tagline is infinite perspectives, limitless resilience, a celebration of the human spirit.
I like that. You can tell right away that this is going to be a really moving and uplifting story.
And the fact that it's nominated for an award at a big festival like Oregon Documentary, well, that tells you something about the quality of the film.
Right. Like, it's not just a feel-good story. There's some real artistry and depth there.
Absolutely.
So the Periscope crew, they were originally brought in to just get some extra footage of the games, behind the scenes stuff.
Makes sense.
But they didn't just stop there. They actually got really involved. They were connecting with the athletes, with the donor families, people from all over the world.
So they went way beyond their initial assignment.
And, the World Transplant Games are already inspiring on their own.
Right.
But then you add these filmmakers, each with their own unique experiences and perspective. Just adds another layer of depth and meaning to the whole thing.
I can see that. So tell me, how did they actually pull this off? Like, how did they bring this story to life?
And what they did was they took these intimate interviews with the athletes and donor families and wove them together with footage from the games themselves.
That sounds really effective. So they weren't just observing, they were actually participating, experiencing the games alongside everyone else.
Right. And that's what makes this film so special. It's not just about the competition. It's about the human connections, the stories.
I'm curious about this unique perspective you mentioned, the perspective of the Periscope crew. Can you give us a sense of what that looks like in the film?
Well, there's this one scene that really sticks out. One of the filmmakers uses a wheelchair, and he's interviewing this runner who received a heart transplant.
Okay.
And you can tell they connect on a level that goes beyond just the sport itself. They talk about the challenges they face, the resilience they've had to find. It's a powerful moment that shows how much we all share.
Yeah. It reminds us that the human experience is universal. It transcends our physical abilities.
And it really shows how the filmmaker's own experiences shape the way they approach this story.
Definitely. It's like they're able to tap into something deeper because they've been through similar struggles themselves.
Exactly. They wanted every step of the filmmaking process, not just the finished product, to be a celebration of life.
I see.
A reflection of the incredible work the Periscope crew was doing.
So it was about more than just making a good film. It was about making a film that honored their journey and their perspective.
Exactly. And it wasn't just about, like capturing all the big moments at the games. It was about getting the, the human side of it all, really digging into the emotions.
The heart of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The film, it really gets into the athletes' journeys, the ups and downs they go through.
And I can imagine filming something like this, it couldn't have always been easy. Were there any, any tough moments that really tested that whole idea of celebrating life?
There was this one scene, it was pretty powerful, where they're interviewing a family. And this family, they lost their son.
Oh, wow.
But through organ donation, his heart, it actually lives on in this young athlete who's competing at the game.
Oh, that's incredible.
Yeah, it's a moment that's full of grief, but also gratitude.
Yeah.
Really shows the complexity of life and loss.
It sounds like a really challenging scene to film.
It was, how do you find that balance?
Right.
Between respecting those raw emotions, but also staying true to that whole spirit of celebrating life.
It must have been tough to find that right approach.
It was. And I think that's one of the things that makes the film so special. They don't avoid the difficult stuff, but they always bring it back to that message.
Yeah, that message of
resilience.
Of hope.
Definitely. They do this really cool thing where they mix these really personal interviews with footage from the games themselves. You see these amazing athletes doing their thing, but you also see those quieter moments.
The behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah, exactly. The camaraderie, the support from their families. It's really well done.
So it's more than just like a highlight reel.
Oh, much more. It's about the people.
Yeah.
Their stories, those connections they make. And, the Periscope crew, they had this incredible access. So they could capture those little moments that you wouldn't normally see.
I bet that makes it feel really authentic.
It does. You feel like you're right there with them. experiencing the games firsthand.
Feeling the triumphs and the challenges.
Yeah. Speaking of challenges, the film, it also touches on the financial hurdles just to get to the games. It's a reminder that being able to participate,
it's a privilege.
It is. It's not something everyone takes for granted.
It makes their achievements even more meaningful.
Absolutely. And it's amazing how they took this, simple assignment and turned it into something so profound.
It really shows the power of perspective.
It does.
Yeah.
And the importance of letting those voices be heard.
Voices that are often overlooked.
Right.
It's not just about seeing people who are different. It's about realizing that we're all connected in a way.
Exactly. We all share that same human experience.
And that message, it goes way beyond sports.
It really does.
So for someone who's interested in seeing Everywhere, where can they find it?
Well, as we mentioned, it's nominated for Best Documentary Feature at the Oregon Documentary Film Festival.
Right.
And that's happening this winter. If you're in the area, you can see it at the Clinton Street Theater.
Perfect.
On Sunday, January 26th, 2025.
Oh, fantastic. It would be incredible to see this film in a theater with an audience.
I bet. I think it would be a really powerful experience.
You don't often come across a film that combines such a unique perspective with such powerful storytelling.
It's a film that stays with you.
Are you submitting your creative work to film festivals? There are small details that could potentially be the difference between getting selected or rejected on the film festival circuit. Hi, this is Michael Fair, and I've been a film festival director for more than 15 years. I've reviewed thousands of submissions. Would you like me to show you how to present your work in a way that every film festival director loves to see? You wouldn't believe how many submissions have incomplete information that negatively affects your chances of getting selected. Avoid common, costly mistakes that other filmmakers and screenwriters are making every day. Before you spend another $1 on submission fees, you should purchase the Film Festival Submitter's Handbook, now available on Amazon in paperback, ebook, and Kindle formats. Click on the link in the description of this video and order a couple of books today, one for yourself and another for a friend who is ready to start their film festival submissions journey. Thank you.